Om Namah Shivaya, my friends. Good morning. My name is Veronica. I'm coming in with a channeled message from Divine Holy Spirit. And, this morning while I was preparing my coffee, because of course this is coffee with an angel, I decided I was going to have some fancy coffee. I love like single sourced, locally roasted coffee beans that you get to like buy and then you bring them home, grind them up, make your fancy little pour over. I love that. It tastes so good. A little bit of a coffee bean snob, or at least I used to be. I still appreciate it. I appreciate the craft, right? But I received a message before I came on this morning. I got up around 3 and I was like, okay, let's get the ball rolling. Let's do the damn thing. And what I heard was, love is complicated. I was like, man, so true. Love is complicated. You can love despite flaws. You can love despite your best judgment. And even still, it's worth it. It's worth putting forth the effort to show love and compassion in the light of, certain destruction, or understanding that it won't be returned. And that's just the thing, if you gave somebody $5, if someone came up to you and that was like, hey, can I borrow $5? You know damn well you're not going to get it back, even though they said that they was going to borrow it. But if you wanted to give it, good on you. Just understand that you're probably never going to see it again. And that's it. If you love it, set it free. And I'm not saying that you should love money, but what I am saying is that whatever you have, you should be willing to let go of. You should be willing to set it free, because it has its own destiny. It has its own mission. Have you kept your first dollar? Remember when you were a kid and you were like, oh, this is my first dollar, I'm going to keep it forever. You still have it? Did you frame it? Did you put it on your wall in your bedroom? Maybe you did at one point, but I bet you took it out and then gave it away. So I'm gonna light an incense. This is a frankincense. And it's funny because usually I read my cards in sets of 2s, and it's like 2 by 4. But today I'm gonna do something different because oh, Holy Spirit, allow us to open to your divinely guided love. Allow us to be present with your holy fire. Allow this holy fire to enter into the heart space, to burn that which does not belong, and allow for proper growth of that which is true, just. Allow us to be present at all times, grounding down into Mother Earth, at the root, at the sacral, at the solar plexus, the umbilical cord that ties us to the mother, to the womb, at the heart chakra, at the throat, speaking wisdom, speaking clarity, divinity, providing truth to all. At the third eye, giving us sight to see. Perfect sight. Eagle vision. X-ray vision. At the crown, remembering who we are, what we're here to do. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Higher Self. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Collective. Aho, aho, brothers and sisters. Sending out so much love for everybody. May we all be free to express our divinity. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I set my cards up. I was just like organizing my desk a bit, and I set my cards up in a way that was 3 by 3 by 3. And I was like, I have to read 369. I have to read it by threes instead of twos. It's, you know, remembering your triangle. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to do 3 rows of 3. I'm going to start off with the Oracle of Ascension. Or is it Ascendance? Oracle of Ascendance. Love is complicated. So true, Spirit. I take everything that falls because as above, so below. First card out is Mercury. Mercury rules communication, also rules the signs of Gemini. I almost said the planet Gemini. Geminis do belong on their own planet though, for real. Snapples, I want more coffee. Yeah, so we have Mercury coming out, communication, travel, business, organization with Aquarius. Interesting. Mercury in Aquarius. Let's set this up so that everybody can see. Mercury and Aquarius and Mars. That is so interesting because Mars and Aquarius came out together in the first reading. So this is like, or not in the first reading, but in the reading that I did 2 days ago. Wow. So Aquarius is collective consciousness energy. It's worldly energy. It's, you know, it's an air sign, and it is the sign of the water bearer. Water holds memory. In Chinese astrology, yeah, water is communication. So it's interesting that we have the planet of communication on the table with, you know, global communication, global work, global doing, effort. So this is the collective consciousness. This is a reading for all. All for one and one for all. We really are all in it together, you guys. So this is a message for the planet. This is the planet speaking. This is Mother Gaia speaking. Hello, children. Love is complicated, no? This is Mother Gaia speaking. Element of Earth. Pisces. And the Triskelion. I love that. Triskelion represents the triple goddess emanation, coming out with Pisces, which is the all. It's everything and nothing. It's all 12 zodiac signs wrapped up into one. It's the above and the below. It's recognizing your divinity as a walking, breathing human being, and that you have ties to the above and ties to the below. You are an ancient soul. You are one who has been here since the beginning of creation. And that's why whenever you heard your lessons in Bible school as a child, you felt a resonance with it. It's because you were there. It's because you have the memory. You have the water that's been recycled. I love that Pisces, Pisces in the zodiac wheel comes directly after Aquarius, and on the table we have it like in the same line. So you are in the same line, collective, divine angelic collective. You're in the same line as the waters that flowed since the beginning of time. On the bottom of the deck we have Earth. IAO, Yao. This is an angelic frequency. Sagittarius, coming from the galactic center. Hon Shaze Shonen. The Buddha in me sees the Buddha in you. This is Reiki. This symbol represents time and space travel. So it bridges all time and space. It's used in distance Reiki. Hon Shaze Shonen. Jema. Yeah, so if we're breaking it down into planetary archetypes, Mercury is Hermes Trismegistus. It's also Thoth. And it represents this being who exists on the world tree that is able to communicate messages from the gods, able to communicate messages from the realms of the above to the below, able to deliver you into messages of the Godhead, messages from the mouth of the gods, messages from celestial beings, okay? Because while Aquarius can mean global, it can also mean different planetary bodies, it can mean celestial bodies, stars in the sky, communicating with one another, just by being their own light, just by being. And Mars represents Aries, the planet of war, the god of war, I should say. But, that god of war doesn't always have to be in war mode. I'm just hearing, tone it down. We don't have to constantly be in battle with one another. We can transmute that war path, warmongering type of energy that's rocking the globe right now into something that's much more beneficial for the planet and for every living being on the planet. And by doing that, you know, we really have to ground ourselves down and like ground our mental space down, not be so trapped in these like mental constructs that have been pitting us against one another. It's these ideas that people cling to. It's these like political demagogues that pit people against one another instead of realizing that we're all part of the same group. Like, we're all part of the same waters. We're all human beings here. And we all deserve to be held within this grace of the triplicity, held within this grace of the mother. Because whenever we are lauding one over the next, we are then, you know, casting judgment out there. And we're casting our rocks in our glass homes, which breaks our home. It breaks that glass, and then the glass harms other people. It harms women and children. It harms the innocent, the elderly, and the sick. And that is a frequency that the angels are here to assist us in Sagittarius, in expressing these higher forms of wisdom, higher forms of consciousness. Jupiter rules the sign of Sagittarius. Jupiter just entered the sign of Cancer, which is its sign of its exaltation. It does very well in nurturing, beautiful, feeling, loving Cancer. And I think that, you know, Jupiter representing the god Zeus, the father, I feel like we're supposed to be here at this time to heal these wounds that were bestowed upon fathers and the men who were stripped of the family and sent to war. They were stripped from their land just to be killed for these religious, political constructs. They've always been like made up battles, you know. Love is really complicated. Love is complicated. So I'm gonna go through today's Mayan glyph at this time. Today is the glyph of the red electric dragon. So we are being faced today with the electric tone number 3, the tone number 3 of service. This is the third day in this wave spell, which is the wave spell of the blue magnetic storm, the blue storm. The storm represents change, rapid change, electric change. And, you know, there's a saying that the only constant is change. So it's cool that today's glyph is the dragon. You know, we all have these elemental dragons that we are born with. Not many people are aware of them, but dragons do exist, and they exist within you. Your dragons are your chakra system, and whenever they're imbalanced, your dragon of that color is also imbalanced. It's like it runs amok. Let's say that you have an imbalanced throat chakra. That's your blue dragon of communication. It could either be speaking out of character. That's exactly what it is. It's speaking out of character. You could be diminishing your voice, or you could be building yourself up in a way that is untrue. So you could be speaking untruths. And it doesn't necessarily have to be you blatantly lying about something, but it could also be diminishing yourself. It could be downplaying a situation for somebody else, like not recognizing their truth or the divinity. So I believe that that's something that we need to focus collectively on healing, you know, throughout all of history. Because that is really what it boils down to, is that like we're in the middle of these wars, and the powers that were, I won't recognize them as the powers that be, because I am that I am, and no power that will rewrite my history, because that's what they're really trying to do, you know, with all of the media out there right now. Inside the Mind Oracle, the guide is the red serpent, and the red serpent deals with your Kundalini life force. So as you allow your passion to spark within the very essence of your being, allow that energy to rise up through your chakra system, enlivening your dragons and bringing you to life. It's nurturing your body, nurturing your vessel, nurturing what turns you on. But it doesn't have to be like a sacral tone. It doesn't have to be your orange dragon being out of balance. When I say turning on, it can just be a flip of a switch all the way up to the heavens above, Jai Ma, and all the way down to the center of the Earth Star crystal, which is where, you know, it's the gem that the dragons guard. It's the depths of your being, and the dragons are there to help you. So I'm seeing the North Node and the South Node, which is Rahu and Ketu, the head and the tail of the dragon. Depending on where your North and South Node are positioned in your astrological chart, shows you where you should be balancing past lives with present life trajectory to achieve your greatest and best good in this life. It's like your soul purpose and your destiny, and what energies you must be faced with as a challenge. Today's glyph of challenge is represented by the blue monkey, which is about having fun, but it's also about illusion and trickery in a way. So today you might be faced with some sort of trickery that, you know, maybe it's an external type of, it is an external type of energy that is coming forward at this time to attempt and change your mind about something that isn't true. And you just have to lean on the helper glyph today, which is the white mirror. The mirror. And the mirror as a help, you know, that's being present, that's understanding who you are, that is stepping into your full I am presence that you embody. And as you look upon the mirror of another, because I am another you in Lakesh. As you look upon the mirror, you understand more truths about yourself. And as I look upon your mirror, because you're mirroring my energy, I see deeper truths about myself through you. I am another you. That's the beautiful part about being a human being and being a part of the collective consciousness of human beings, is that we can elevate each other this way. The occult sign of the day is the yellow sun, which was yesterday's glyph, the challenge glyph, by the way. The challenge glyph of the entire wave spell is always number 2, which is the lunar tone. And, you know, day 2 is always the challenge day of the 13. And the sun is all about shining, and you know, it's universal fire. It's what sparks you. It's what sparks your divinity. So whatever happened yesterday for you to feel joy and connection with the divine, today, whenever you tap into that, you are receiving help from the occult. You're receiving help from the invisible forces. You know, you're receiving help from Thoth and from the angels, the angelic forces that hold up the 4 corners of the planet on the medicine wheel, and the angelic forces that hold up the horizontal and the vertical planes. Sandalphon and Metatron. Gabriel, Uriel, Michael, Raphael. All here now in this space, holding up our divine being, our divine presence, allowing us with the structure to form our existence from. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you Elohim, and thank you El Elyon, the sun. I love you. Earth loves you. I want to get some tarot. At the bottom of the deck we have the Fool, leaping into this new era, leaping into this divine creation that we are experiencing. We're experiencing divinity here on planet Earth. Fool wanted to stay out. I'm hearing Kenny Rogers song right now. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Knight of Wands and the Queen of Discs. Knight of Wands. I'm going to consult the book. I flipped the 6 of Swords. One of the best cards, I believe, in the book. Because I love that it embodies like angelic healing and guidance. Okay, this is the Flame in the Hermit's Lamp. The Knight of Wands is not tame, it is bold and brilliant, and you, as a master of the self, can channel the immense and dangerous powers of your inner fire. This is a message from the sun. This is a message from El Elyon, encouraging us to be the Fool and embracing our inner fire, because that is what will assist us in embodying this divinity from the Mother Earth, from the Queen of Discs. The Queen of Discs represents Mother Earth here. It's the rejoining of our holy fires of the Holy Spirit that burn brightly within our. We are the lamp. We are the nightlight that shines in the darkness. The darkness that, you know they want to try and dim the sun, right? Like, that's an actual thing. They're out there, like, wanting to pump chemicals into the air so that there's a film, there's a fog over top of the planet so that the sun's rays can't come down naturally as it's always been designed to do, you know? That's some sketchy ass shit, man. Ace of Cups. You know, they're trying to block us of this universal water. Death. Ace of Cups. Death. And Five of Discs. They're trying to put a death You know, once you embark on this spiritual path towards your own divinity, towards recognizing that there's a bit of the all inside of you, and awakening to the collective consciousness of universal fire, fires of Mars, fires of war, you awaken to this universal consciousness that the whole planet is burning. You know, volcanoes are erupting. Mother Earth is expressing herself. She's expressing the extra pressure that's being generated inside of the core. Once you awaken to that fiery existence, you are able to awaken to the watery existence. Ace of Cups. And to those who are sensitive of images of feminine naturality, I do apologize for these cards are a bit crass. I'll have to cover those up. Just so that I don't get diminished in the algorithm. But once you awaken to this universal water, the universal flow, the universal memory, the collective memory, the Akashic records, you recognize death, which is, it's actually very timeless. It is a consistency, you know. You can look within. You can look within to this new world. This world after the death of your ego, which is coming across like the death of thinking that you are the only one. The death of thinking that your experience is uniquely terrible, because everybody suffers in their own way. You know, I'm hearing like there should be no competition between people, like who suffered more than the other. I think that's shitty. That's the worst competition I've ever heard in my life. Like, who suffered more, this party or that party? Who gives a fuck? They're all suffering. Can't we just recognize that? Like, how do we put an end to this suffering? by embodying love. As I said, that the Queen of Cups came out. By embodying love. Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is action. It's acting upon your love. And the Three of Cups. Endless water pouring down over top. It's thundering waterfalls. 3 thundering waterfalls. The triplicity. The triplicity of the water. At the bottom we have the Magician. And behind that, the Nine of Swords. Ma'at energy. It actually was in reverse. I usually don't do reversals. But what's behind that one? 10 of Cups. Yeah. Gatekeeper, Sentry, Protector. Test your worth, test your mettle. Argue your points, thesis. Demonstrate your character, getting crushed on the rocks and rolled in the surf, but proving yourself. Now that's the Nine of Swords reverse in this deck. So it's really, oh, and behind that is the Two of Cups. It's really, you know, accessing your Merkaba light body through the angelic forces, understanding your divinity by taking control of your vessel, of your body, of your Merkaba light body, which surrounds your actual body. But it comes from in here, it comes from your heart. Notice where he's holding it. Okay? It's the starlight within you. It's embracing your starlight, which is powered through love, you know. You ever watch Monsters, Inc? And the monsters have been scaring the children just to generate a small amount of energy, whereas if they were making them laugh and have fun and be happy, it generated an immeasurably higher amount of energy. And that's an exact correlation with how our energy works here on the planet. Like, keeping things in fear generates a very small amount of energy. And wow, yeah, we just need to be focusing more on like embodying, showing other people love, unconditional love. And it's not going to be easy. This is not easy energy. The world is in tumult at this time, but this is what we'll be achieving, is ultimate happiness. The 10 of Cups, undying love. It's a mother and child. And yes, they appear as skeletons, but it just goes to show how deep the love goes. It goes down into the bones, into the structure, into the structure of you, into the structures of Mother Earth. It's angelic. It's pure. It's authentic. Bonafide love, baby. The card and the cut is gaslighting. Authentic and gaslighting. Yeah, so that's just it. Is like, people will try to stifle your energy for one reason or another. It doesn't really matter the reasons why they're doing it. They're still doing it. Like, I honestly have just no time for bullshit. I don't. I'm over the bullshit. I'm over the reasons X, Y, Z, you know, what comes after Z. These people will try and fucking make some shit up to make you second guess your own true nature. They don't know you like that. Only the divine knows you like that, you know? That is the conditioning that these false constructs would have us like to adopt. They would like to have us adopt the fact that they don't know you like that. So they're going to try and create a narrative for you to follow so that it makes them feel better about their own lack of knowledge of themselves. Know thyself. And then act accordingly. See, I believe in you. Do you believe in you? You better. You fucking better. Holy Spirit, may we please continue this message. Adversity. Clearing now. Through purity. Cool. I love that. It's a pure heart and a pure soul. Only one person has to get there. Only one person in the collective has to get to this frequency. But when they get there, they have to share it. That's what I'm here to do. Share this frequency. Share it with other people. Okay? We have throat chakra. I'm here to speak this out. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, we're getting there. We're getting so close. You are getting so close to overcoming this adversity. You are about to clear through this adversity with embodying your pure-hearted nature, your pure love, the most clear, white, angelic light, holy fire pouring down over top of your head. I'm seeing a giant, like, metal cauldron that they use in iron working facilities, like in Ludlums and that, because I'm from Pittsburgh. Like, this is Iron City, baby. And I'm seeing this giant, it's like metallurgy, and it's pouring the heated, like, metallic substance, but inside of the cauldron is just pure white light, and it's pouring it down to purify. Purify your vision. It's pouring into your eye, your third eye. This pure white light pouring into your third eye right now, assisting you in crystallizing your eye into the eye of Ra, into the eye of the divine. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, don't mind my off-pitchness here, okay? I'm not trying to sing too loud. There's sleeping babes about. Okay? Just keep an open heart. Keep an open heart. Keep your heart open, you know, during these interactions when you're talking to people in the grocery store, talking to people on the internet, you know, we don't want to get into these internet fights. We don't want to be keyboard warriors. Do you really think that you're making a change by being a keyboard warrior and like putting people down, telling them that they're wrong, telling them that they voted for the wrong person? Like, the past is the past and we're living in the present now, okay? If you made a decision in the past that was really not even a true decision because you didn't have actual pure options to choose from, it's like South Park. What are you gonna take? The giant douche or the turd sandwich? At least you showed up for something, you know? We're not putting anybody down for who they voted for, even though we don't like the person that they did vote for. That person is not them, okay? We can separate those two people from each other. Like, we're not homogenizing people just yet in this reality. Are we? Maybe in some weird lab somewhere, but not in your backyard, right? Yeah, so keep an open heart whenever you're talking to other people, even though, you know, you think that they might be one way. You don't know them. You don't actually know them. You know, love is complicated. We love each other in complicated ways. We show up for each other in complicated ways. But what if we simplified it? What if we broke it down and said, you're a divine human being just like me. Hon Shazé Shonen. It's been this way time and time again over the course of our lives. Okay, we got a lot of cards coming out here right now. So we have non-duality in heart chakra. Spirit wants me to take all of these cards. Open heart, non-duality, heart chakra to finish out this like base energy here. And that's really what we've been saying this entire time, is like non-duality is that gray area in between like two sides. There's two sides of the coin that want to fight each other, but they're all part of the same coin. They're all part of the one. Okay, check this out, guys. I'm hearing that this is like a timeline thing here. So in the autumn, this autumn, 2025, probably September equinox, fall equinox, is when all of the masks will be removed. All of them. All of the masks that were over top of chaos will be removed. Fire. Fires of the Holy Spirit. Angelic fires of transmutation. Alchemical fires. This is metaphorical. This is quantum level mechanics, quantum fire. This is not literal fire. Take what resonates, okay? Alchemical fires at a quantum level, burning down the containers that hold this chaos. It's taking the chaos and giving it back to the source. In the gates. Fire, containers, gates. I'm hearing like the gates of Babylon. It's returning the containers back to the gates of Babylon. I feel like this has something to do with shipping containers for some reason. It's like understanding where the shipping containers are coming from and illuminating that source, illuminating authenticity and chaos coming out together. So in the fall, the masks will come off of all of the individuals who are masking their chaos, okay? And it's being assisted by the Elohim through this fire, okay? Summer, hero, entanglement. Yeah, so this summer there's going to be somebody who reveals this entanglement that allows this fire to, I like to read them forwards and backwards sometimes. So you kind of got the forward already. Now I'm going to go backwards. The entanglement that a hero was caught up in, this is like one person. And this is also quantum entanglement that we're talking about here. So this is like, take it as it resonates, but if you find yourself in an individual situation where you feel like you're entangled in something and you have to be your own hero by speaking your truth and getting that out there, you don't realize how many people you're helping by doing that, because what you do ripples out to the point where other people are experiencing the same thing, but you're the one in control. You're the one who's in control of your Merkaba light body. And whatever you do, other people will be doing. That's what it means to be the shepherd of the flock, is whatever you're doing. If you're purifying your vessel, you are purifying the vessels of other people. They don't know it because they are so affected by frequency. If you embody this high key frequency, other people just absorb it. It's your universal water and your universal angelic fire that you're embodying. That's truly what it means to be divine. That's why they would put, you know, kings and queens at the top of these step pyramids, because that frequency, you know, flows down like water to the lands below. It's incredible. And truly that's what's going to be happening with us divine beings, is that we're going to be recognized by our frequency. And because, you know, the powers that were trying to control us in this type of way, where they tried to keep us in this fear mindset, the fear mindset that we felt, because we don't feel it anymore. The light has completely won. The light has completely taken over, 100%. There's no room for fear left in this paradigm. And, you know, if somebody's coming into your life and trying to control you, I need you to understand that they're trying to instill fear into you from a place of evil, truly. Because if they don't recognize your divinity and recognize that them trying to control you and them trying to make you afraid of just existing and providing for and being of service and doing the right thing for yourself and your family, if they're coming into your life and trying to tell you that what you're doing is incorrect, that's actual evil, okay? Doesn't matter if they go to church. Doesn't matter if they think that they're doing the right thing. You know, they're so brainwashed and indoctrinated that they don't even know. Like, they can't tell which direction is east. So, be your own hero, you know? Be your own hero. You're the only one that can do it. And it begins now. Like, summer solstice coming up. Friday, next week. Today's Friday the 13th. Happy 13, my loves. Happy 13. What's at the bottom? Stardust. Hello. Hello, my star-seeded angelic beings. I love you. I love you. Star seed. What's next? Manifestation. Yeah. I love you. We're going to manifest so much love into this world, whether they like it or not. We're on a new timeline. I love this deck. And we are the moon. The mother, you know, the reflection of the moon on the waters of the planet. We are the moon. We reflect our divinity to the moon, which reflects that divinity down to the earth. Beautiful. Let's get some shaman cards. Let's get some shaman cards. La 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 la. I hope you guys are gonna have a truly fantastical day. I'm putting it out there for all. Love is complicated, but it doesn't have to be. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. You know? Just because you can go out and drink a beer and smoke a cigarette doesn't mean you should. You know? Rainbow transition. Lion leadership. Transitioning into leadership and challenge. You know, this challenge is coming up on the same line of Mars, Queen of Discs, purity, chaos, and challenge. So it's like this chaos is going to continue to be a challenge until its last gasp. But embodying your divinity that spans the entire globe, you know, that's the new leadership that's stepping up now. It's these starseed angelic beings. Mercury is assisting us in this transition. And, you know, the Fool will face the adversity. But by autumn is when we're going to see the transition. So, you know, we're going to go through the summer of chaos. It's going to be a huge challenge. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to make it. We're going to make it, okay? This is a prophecy. This is a prophecy. Mark my words. Cool. Check this out. Element of Earth, Ace of Cups, Throat Chakra, Fire, and Fire. Fire times 2 on top of itself. So, Element of Earth is the Ace of Cups. Mother Earth is the Ace of Cups, is the Chalice, is the Holy Grail. And we are being emboldened by holy fire doubled over. The fires of angels coming in to alchemize our internal so that we may put forth the correct action, which is the key word here. Action. Putting forth the correct divine action of love. Always love. Okay? In abundance. An abundance of humor. That is the message, okay? This is the correct action. Through humor. A wise man once said that World War III would be won through memes. So, you know, take that if it resonates, but I like that a lot more than the power over fighting, trying to like prove one's stick is bigger than the next. And yeah, check this out. So we went through this deck already, this set of 5. Now we're going to go through this. Pisces, death, light at the end of the tunnel, containers, and abundance. So Pisces is all things in one. It is universal water. It's life and death. Pisces and death. So we're putting something to rest. We're putting these old ways to rest. But there's like this in-between stage, like in the bardo, where you're wandering through the darkness after the lights of the old have gone out, and you've like, all of the lights have gone out, okay? We're in the 3 days of, this is the 3 days of darkness I'm channeling, and the only fire that you have is the internal fire. It's the internal flame, the flames of the Holy Spirit that guide you. You know, light at the end of the tunnel, containers, and abundance. I feel like it's like death to the containers that once held you. Held you, and like you're heading towards this new abundant life that you're building for yourself. It's a new type of container. A universal one. One that is capable of like holding the all in a responsible way, I'm hearing, okay? So then we go to the next, which is the Triskelion, the 5 of discs, third eye chakra, gates, and humor. So this is you entering this new era where 44, today's challenge glyph is the blue monkey. This is coming up with some new type of way where you look within and you can see the correct path that leads you into like a more loving and fun, humorous existence. It's being able to look back on your past and realize that you can laugh now. Like, you don't have to attach your identity to these like false constructs that you were participating in the past, because it's over now. Yeah. You limp liquor. That's what I just heard. It's like you don't have to participate in mean girl dynamics. You don't have to suck on the bottle of drama like it's your fucking IV drip of drama. Like, if that's what's sustaining you, you need to take a good long look in the mirror. We take everything that falls as above, so below. Union of sun and moon. Union, victory, and guide. You know, I almost named this channel Local Lightworkers Union 144 because I was like, us lightworkers need to really band together on some type of way. And I thought about like, oh, we should unionize. Like, how fun would that be? But that's already happening. I'm just late to the party. I'm always late to the party, but fashionably late, I'm going to say. Just gonna put that out there. Yeah, it's funny. I'm always the last to know. Always have been. Always had. By design, but you know what? Divine timing. It's in God's hands. Always has been. Divine timing indeed. So, Yao, IAO, Queen of Cups, embodying love, embodying angelic frequency, keeping an open heart all throughout the summer, and staying in union with your own twin flame, your two flames within, your sun and your moon. It is you being the twin flame, but you are a full flame. You're not looking for an extra flame to add to your flame. Okay, you are the flame. I think that's why these two fires came out together. It's both flames intertwining. It's the male and the female serpent on the caduceus. It's providing your own healing. Sagittarius, Ace of Wands, non-duality, hero, and victory. Yeah, that's a confirmation that by embodying the secret third thing within, by marriage of the sun and the moon, marriage of both flames, you create this non-duality, you create this third space in between. It's like I'm imagining the serpents going like this, and inside of these bubbles that they create whenever they go like that, okay? This is the non-dual space. This is the space where you and I actually exist. You know, we don't see the serpent skin. It's like the skin. It's your skin. It's what's inside of your skin. It's what's inside of this space. You know, everything out here is the serpent. Everything in here is the divine. It's you. And it's you understanding, you know, as within, so without. Whatever's inside of the divine container, you can see around you. And then the last set, healing of all time and space with 3 of Cups. I love posterity. I turned right to it. I must create a system or be enslaved by another man's. I will not reason and compare. My business is to create. That's a quote from William Blake. Jerusalem was the work. The waterfalls are energy flowing forth from the source of the earth, being grounded. Literally a fall from heaven to earth. From there they rise again in the shape of a tree. The silhouette is somewhat chaotic, branches winding and reaching up and reaching for each other, some strong and thick, hard from age, and some thin and spindly, new and still flexible. They go in every direction, but always up, out, never where they started. The result is a beautiful, one-of-a-kind tree, an individual growing into the sun. This painting represents all the elements in harmony. Being in a suit of water, it was envisioned as 3 separate streams or souls all moving together in parallel in the current of the Tao toward the same destination. It is the harmony of the 3 pillars and how each one represents a different path to and from divinity and enlightenment, yet each is equal and good. Just like people, we all begin and end in the same place, but have our individual paths to get there. And the most powerful thing a person can do is find who they really are and follow their own path to reach that potential. In Aesop's fables, there's a story about a raven who lived in a city scavenging scraps. He admired some beautiful snow-white swans and became convinced that they got so white by bathing in the magic waters of the river. The raven bathed himself in the river day and night, but never turned white, and starved to death trying. It is unhealthy and pointless to try and change your nature, to take another man's path to enlightenment, to try to be something you are not. Rather, discover, improve, and mature who and what you are. Find and utilize the gifts only you have that will lead you back to the sun. Allow others to do the same. A fall from grace is not a condemnation. It is a chance to wake up, pick yourself up, and rise by your own intention, brilliance, and enlightenment. This is God, Tao, the source of all. It is the Trinity, and all that is, all that was, and all that will be. When you see three ladies dancing, that is what it is. The three rivers all flow from the same source into the same source in the mountain. Different people and different things are all part of the same body. When they fight, they are fighting against themselves. Don't fight and struggle against yourself. Dance with yourself. That was like the whole message in one. Oh, so it's just so funny. Yeah, Three of Cups. We're healing the source of all creation. We're healing where we come from. We're healing the point of our birth trauma. When we came into the world, we were traumatized instead of loved. And that original wound, that original sin, which wasn't a sin at all, stems from the heart chakra space. And, you know, it leads to various entanglements, but we're healing all these entanglements through a guide. Through a guide. You're guiding yourself. You're guiding yourself through the entanglement. You're the only one who remembers your birth trauma. Sure, you could go to a reader and they could probably tell you a little bit about it and lead you back to that source, but I believe that that's why we're all here together, you know, to heal the original sin, which isn't a sin at all. It's just an original trauma that was inflicted on you at birth, since before birth probably, but, you know, as soon as you take your first breath, you have the ability to be imprinted upon. And if somebody imprints upon you pain or suffering or wounding, that's the first thing that, you know, that you begin to embody. I'm feeling called to do an angel card. I'm not even gonna shuffle. The very first card, Breakthrough into Light, number 1. And on the bottom, we have 25, Emotional Comfort. Breakthrough into Light and Emotional Comfort. Just check out the geometry here. Emotional comfort will assist you in breaking through into light. Being called to take one more, since we're doing 3s. I'm going to take the top card. It's card number 2, Rising Inner Strength. Rising Inner Strength. Yeah. The emotional comfort that you give to others, by giving that, you are telling the universe that you are capable of receiving that, and the universe will say, this is the frequency that you're embodying. You're embodying a giver of emotional comfort. Now it's time for you to receive that same emotional comfort, that same love. that will assist you in allowing yourself to break free into the light. You break into the light by feeling and receiving this emotional comfort. And that will embolden and strengthen your emotional body, rising inner strength. It's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. Okay. It's a beautiful reading today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel. This is Coffee with an Angel. My name is Veronica. Om Namah Shivaya.